Okay. Okay. Today is 1st of July. Let's start our
36?
Yes, 36 weekly call for DevEx sub-governance. So our agenda is we have one point only from Renat and Senya. I've seen that somebody came here. Sam Ostrovsky, are you here?
Yes, yes. Hello, guys.
Yes, so please tell us about your proposing contest.
Yes, okay. Like there is no something incredible to discuss, but if you guys come to me and Renat as representatives of DevOps sub-governance and asked how can we like run all the infrastructure locally to work with FreeTON, and we thought that you can just use TonDev to spin up TonSEA to have compilers, etc., etc. And then this guy spent a few hours to make the whole environment working, came back and again told that I spent a lot of time to do this using TonDev. Can we do something simpler? Just a one button click, then you can get all the environment ready on a like clear virtual machine or clear environment. And yeah, this is the point. How easily can we get the whole environment ready with all the like possible test suites like TS4, like Tom Loki, if I remember, from Roxus. So like all required infrastructure to work with FreeTON for developers. And the first thought was like, okay, it's not a problem. We can write a short script for you to install like all the dependencies to run a few TonDev commands and install some additional test suites that you need. But as we discussed on a DevOps call, and Alex told that there is no need because we already have something in DevEx, and also like TonDev allow us to be flexible. Yeah, so thank you. Any ideas?
Okay, comments? Yeah, I wanted to ask, I have a question. I wanted to ask, actually TonDev was expected like one-click development tool, and we can install TonDev using only one command. Today I reinstall it on other computer, and another developer I was talking with install it by using only one command, and after this the developer could compile Solidity contract, and he had no any issues. So could you specify what the problem is with TonDev? Because TonDev is like expected to be a one-click solution.
Yeah. For example, I can't just like share what I get. But as I can see, maybe as a DevOps guy, I can suggest to, for example, the first like my thought was to create a simple like bash script which will install some like requirements which TonDev needs. As I remember, it needs something. Install TonDevs and install test suites, like a few comments and a short contest for with a small, very small rewards.
Wait, TONDEF doesn't need anything.
Anything?
It's just an
It
NPM
requires
package.
NPM, yes.
Right,
It's-
npm, Docker, and a lot of garbage, and needs root privilege to do it, yada yada.
You need Docker only if you use Tonos SE, but
Yeah, which tries to start at some point, which is very inconvenient. So I would suggest a tarball composed of solc, stdlib-sol.tvm, Tonos CLI, and tvm linker. And that's a good start.
Mhm.
So what would you suggest, Boris?
Tarball, or composed of 4 binaries, solc to compile, stdlib-sol.tvm to its standard library, Tonos CLI to run the commands, communicate to the blockchain, and tvm linker to serialize and deserialize backup cells. That's a minimal package to start, and that's actually what I'm working with. And that's it. No extra dependencies.
But Tarball, so it's only for Linux installation. So what would you say about Windows, macOS?
Gzip.
Maybe like, sorry. As I see, maybe we can also, for example, integrate TONDEF into Docker, probably. There you can just again run Docker image with already running startup edition, or all installed dependencies, test suites, etc. I understand that it's just a few comments, but for someone it's a bit like hard. Yeah, or maybe another option which I see, maybe it can be just a like image of a virtual machine which you can download and just start and get everything working. Because
and
anyway,
what about and then you would run Tonos SE inside the virtual machine? That's weird.
why?
Why? Because whenever you are running Docker inside a virtual machine, or in general,
Gotcha.
when you run Docker inside a Docker,
For now, like
it will be slower.
We had a contest in DevOps SubGov, and we already had a non-Docker solution of Startup Edition, so it can be used also.
There was a contest about Tonos SE without a Docker, right?
Yes.
So maybe that should be the solution.
Probably, yeah, maybe we can pack this into to VM or Docker or something like this. So I think the question is only, do we have to do this like one button script, Docker container, virtual machine, or TONDEF is okay? And people need to know something, to be familiar with at least not npm, etc., to install and work with it. I don't know. Like, I think it's only one question.
Well, for me, for example, TONDEF is pretty okay when you have npm, and Docker. You kind of have everything, but there are some developers who are not kind of friendly with Node.js environment, and they want to have a raw installation of everything. And for this, like for this community, we maybe need some kind of package which Boris is talking about.
Thank you. Someone else? Okay, so looks like I can conclude that we need such a contest to again to prepare a one-click solution to get all the environments ready. Very short, maybe for a week, and with a really like small rewards, but it might be useful for someone.
What do you think if we could, I don't know, maybe we could need to make some investigation what exactly means by one click, because может быть, is it possible, for example, I don't know, because for me, TonDev should be like one-click solution. Maybe we have, because as I know, if in the contest requirements you specify test suite 4 as one of the components, so test suite 4 requires Python. So
yeah, it's maybe I see one variant, simple per script, which will install Node npm. If it's needed, Python, maybe some more dependencies, and run a few TonDev Docker, for example, yes, and run a few TonDev comments. Also, the script will help to update something if needed. It's the simplest one, and probably it's it's a good option.
I mean, if a developer have npm installed on his computer and no, at least Node.js, but it's like common practice for Solidity developers to have, because even in Ethereum, I don't know, 95% of developers using Node.js environment for testing, for development.
Yeah, and there's a reason for this, because they have Web3, and in Ton there is nothing like this, and there's absolutely no reason to have Node.js to use for Ton development. I mean, at all. It's just a legacy. It's just a for a thought. It's not. It has no practical value.
It's has a practical value as a package manager, as a testing environment, as a development environment.
Yeah, because
what kind of development environment do you mean? It's the binaries for binaries I listed. It's 25 megabytes. They work standalone. They provide all the functionality you need for it, and they add no additional layer of complexity over already complicated blockchain solution.
What is it?
Node.js, etc. They provide, they basically add another level of complexity of abstraction over the stack you are working with. The stack is already complicated.
You mean another layer of simplicity?
Yeah,
simplicity for people until you run into a problem you need to investigate, and then you need to go through all those levels.
So, I don't know. You know, when you compile a Solidity, then you have to first compile it on its own and then link it, and you have to make sure that then the linker by default links to the code hash. The output name is the code hash. TonDev makes it all much more simple. I don't see how it can be more complex.
I concur. I'll post in the chat a couple of things. Okay, that you can have in your makefile, and it's universal for all the projects, and it will do it automatically whenever your Solidity file has changed. It will regenerate TVC. You just specify it with a name equal to the name of your source contract.
So Boris promoting to use GNU Maker to build projects. So I would call it more simple solution than
yeah, it is, because after I wrote it, I can forget about having linker at all, except for when I need to decode messages and take body apart, etc., etc. I don't have to remember about linker at all.
but you have to have
And what
linker
about
and-
deploy?
Okay, give me a second.
Deploy and top up.
Boris
TonDev
have
helps with
everything.
that too.
Boris have everything in his make files.
What, you're even sending some balance for the contract through a make file?
Here we go. You see it in the chat?
Oh.
Pay
For
file
example,
and where is
Man,
pay function? Pay
Could
I
you
would
function
never
is-
use it because I would never waste enough time to understand what you actually wrote in there. But
Yeah,
it sounds nice.
Honestly, I spent a lot of time, maybe over a month, to write all those magic recipes. But now I develop, and it also all happens automatically whenever the source file is modified. It recompiles, relinks, prepays balance, and redeploys the contract without me even thinking about it. It saves not only time, it saves thinking capacity. I don't have to think about it when I develop. So
good, but we can't ask every developer to spend 1 month to study all this stuff before programming Solidity.
yeah,
or
and that's
FreeTON.
exactly the beauty of makefiles. Do you know who writes makefiles for the projects you have worked on? Probably you don't, because one person has wrote it, and the rest 100 or more have used it. That's
And
it works like this.
if I have no mistakes, and if I have, it's very difficult to solve. It's very difficult to find solution.
Yeah, but you don't have to, because it works.
Sometimes. And okay, it's another approach. So, and could you specify the version of Maker we need to compile this? Because I tried to use default one and it gave me some strange errors.
Yeah, you need 4.2 or 4.1.
Please specify it.
This one is pretty old. Yeah, you need to make over 4+.
So which one exactly version, or where to get it? Could you post it to the chat, please? Also. Okay, so we have several approaches. One approach is if we have Node.js and Docker and Python installed on the computer. In this case, TonDev looks like a one-click solution. If it doesn't have, so yeah, it's really the question, do we have any prerequisites for developer skills, or should we allow any person without any background to do something? It's a question.
Yes, like maybe let's do just a quick voting. Do we need something to anyway, script, Docker, virtual machine, tarball? I don't know.
Senia, we need something, but the point is we should specify what exactly we need. This is my point.
Like maybe,
obviously we need something, but what do we need?
Maybe just let's specify a few variants. Let's someone will write a script. Someone maybe will complete a tarball, Docker, virtual machine.
Yeah, well, we can maybe if this contest is really like needed, we can make like broad specification where we just state that we need something that will ease the setting up the development environment. We need some simple alternative to TonDev, and the participants will kind of invent and propose and everything which they seem fit. And let's just go with this without like specific.
Not in DevOps. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm finished.
Why are we doing it in developer experience and not in DevOps?
Oh no, we will do it in DevOps subgovernance. I just want to ask your opinion on this.
Yeah, guys, we have a lot to discuss today as well. So we spent half an hour, so probably.
Yeah,
No,
let's jump to the next point in the
we
agenda.
have only one point in our agenda, so
no, it's actually it's the second point in the agenda called zero knowledge voting protocol implementation. That's why Michael and Pavel here, they just maybe kind of didn't.
Let me check. No, there is nothing.
Mikhail said, Mikhail said he also had some proposals. So
yeah, there's a couple of proposals to discuss from me actually.
Yeah, thank you guys. We can switch like for sure.
So what is the conclusion for this? Should we do more like what exactly we need?
I think conclusions to be made by DevOps subgovernance members.
No, this is a contest. This contest is like a next step of the contests we had before in this developer experience subgovernance.
No. This contest is the DevOps kind of contest, and they just came to ask our opinion as far as I understood.
It's a pity that Ekaterina didn't come here today.
Yeah, guys, I propose to jump to the next interesting topics.
Okay, I'm not aware about next topics, so
yeah, it's probably up to me to cover them. Well, all right, the first stuff to discuss is about the ZK vote protocol implementation contest. It's okay, it's quite complicated one. I mean, timings on it are quite short, just because our time frame to make it useful is quite limited as well, and it's been in preparations for quite some time up to now. Well, I mean, it's like for at least a month, I would say. I mean, that maybe even for a couple of months. I don't know, but like we've been preparing that for at least a couple of months, I guess, up to now. That's the first thing. Well, the link is inside the DevEx subgovernance chat. Well, it's, as I said, it's going to be a one-shot contest. It's not like something design and then multi-step implementation. It's an implementation contest according to the already existing design. Well, not the design, but at least it is supposed to implement one of the existing constructions. I highly doubt any other participant will be able to construct or like to invent his own zero-knowledge voting construction of a proper quality during this timeline, during this time frame. So here we go. It's like up, open for the discussion. That's the first thing. The second thing.
Let's discuss it one by one, because otherwise we'll mix it all up. Yeah. So the link is in the group. I mean, unfortunately, we didn't think to post it before to put it as a agenda, as official agenda. I think we can share screen if you would like. The whole point of that. Let me give you a little bit background about that contest. As you remember, there was in global governance, there was actually there were a number of say voting / elections related contests, and there was stuff related to Guatemala. There was specification and then implementation contest, and then there was a story when we held specification contest for rebating, for creating arguments that MIT paper, which says that blockchain voting is insecure, like that it was not correct. So this proposal is kind of the next phase of that, let's say, specification contest, which says that you can, I mean, there are ways to create such a system. There were some references to articles describing such blockchain voting using ZKP. So that contest is actually on implementation for voting using ZKP primitives, which Neil Foundation created. So the idea is that it's really it could be used in real voting with millions, hundreds of millions of people. The whole problem is that you have two quite contradicting things, requirements. One is that you, I mean, on such voting, if it's official voting, you should register people. So there are some authorities which do registration of voters, but later on you should not be able to reveal how those people voted. So that's a very important point. So that's why it takes some interesting mechanics, which you can find in one article attached to that contest, how to hide the votes, but at the same time be 100% sure and be able to calculate votes in a mathematically correct way. So that's the idea of that contest.
Yeah, it's
Please
like
ask.
It's like the practical proof that that paper is wrong, not just like some words or whatever.
Yeah, paper. I mean that MIT paper.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
we created some joint argument from community explaining that like criteria which used there are quite good, but that you should apply it for paper voting as well, and you should differentiate. You can have in-person voting and you can have remote voting, and in each case you can compare like how paper system works and how this electronic blockchain system works. So there are more pluses in both cases actually for blockchain voting, but that was more a bit theoretical. So now we are like time to go and to try to do the implementation, because I mean now we thanks to Noam and other participants, we debugged a bit that testnet with ZKP primitives and toolings as well. So now I hope that we will have enough participants which will be able to propose their versions.
I think this is perfect idea for contest, but why not to take it in DGO subgovernance, where you actually is a member?
Yeah, but I think it could be quite complicated for them because it's more. The DGO should also do smart contracts. My view was that we had zero ZKP contests here in DevEx, so that's the whole point.
I think it doesn't really matter where to have contests, because subgovernance is just about funding, public funds, and it's not about like professionals and specialists gathered inside some sub-community. So, well, you can't maybe, like, I think it just maybe it would be kind of in line with other contests about governance and about voting, and maybe it just kind of in this context.
I agree.
Right?
I agree with you partially, because Guatemala implementation is in the DGO. The point is that we should we should have a jury for that. We should have members who understands what we are talking about to some extent. So at the moment, DevEx is more experienced in ZKP.
Yeah, we are not in BFTG yet, so juries and sub-governances come together.
Well,
oh sure, yeah, we can put some specified. We can specify jury, yeah, for sure. But again, that was my initial proposal.
how much tokens on Giver we have currently?
Good question, but I think still quite a lot, because when DevEx subgovernance was formed, they were quite. It was one of the largest subgovernance in terms of tokens.
Yeah, it was second after DeFi.
Plus minus, so there were millions, yeah.
Enough.
Well, okay. So I understand that you are not, ready to comment it right now. Please read. Please put your comment on the forum. It's quite an interesting and complex stuff to develop. So the topic today was just to announce that there is a plan for such contest. So if you okay to hold it here, that's fine. If like you will decide to move it to DGO, so okay, I can go and propose it to DGO as well.
No, I don't see any reason why don't we can have this contest in a DevEx subgovernance.
Okay, great. So please take a look, please make comment, and let's try to finalize it all by next meetup. Okay, so
okay.
there is another topic which was published by Mikhail. It's about compensation for, or say, additional reward for now for bug fix. It is part of use case. It is part of use case thread. So I also post the link into the DevEx group. So it's very quick to read. So please spend 15 seconds to do it. And does anyone have any argument against such proposal?
So do you want to change contest description, or it could be a separate proposal to vote for?
It's just to, the idea is that, as you know, in some complex contests, there a part of main rewards, there are some rewards which can be initially proposed, or rewards which added later on, rewards for some bugs or for some additional effort. So it is normal practice. For example, for validators contests, there were additional proposals for additional rewards for those who, like, again, reported bugs or did something like quicker than others. So that's exactly the same case. So we can treat it as not actually. It will have to be a separate proposal, but the idea is that it's part of use case contest. So you just increase the budget of a contest by that reward. Actually, it is 10K. Are there any objections?
Really,
Oh.
none.
So if it is a separate proposal,
yeah, we will have to vote on chain for it. I'm just saying that this is how to say, this is it's very easy so to read. So if no objections, so then let's move it. Let's put it for voting.
no, I just don't understand. It is a separate voting, and how it is connected to the contest itself. I mean, Actually, we changed contest description several times, at least 3 times at the moment, and just
yeah. Okay, you can perceive it as a, but it's not a contest. It's just a proposal. So, but it's linked to the contest by the process how it appeared.
So it is a separate proposal to reward Noam as make a great contribution for our society.
Yeah, it's
Not
kind of
just-
it's kind of the same as we had in validators contests, when we have additional rewards for those who contributed to like bug fixes of the node.
Yeah, that sounds like pretty much
exactly.
the same.
Okay, as soon as it is not connected to contest, I don't mind. I don't want to change contest description like 5th time. It's like
No. It's not about changing the contest itself. It's just about voting for separate proposal to reward like active contributors.
Yeah, that's fine for me.
Great. Okay, so we covered topics like which Mikhail brought. What other topics do we have?
Yes.
So just so you should change it so it's not amending for the contest itself. It's like separate proposal to make a reward for a great contributor. That's all.
It is a separate proposal, and it will be separate PDF. The idea was to put it into the same thread, just in order to have context. Context to that proposal.
Mm-hmm.
Not just say like somebody did something, but to say that it was as a part of work under that particular contest.
So you should change the text. So because now it is written, it is proposed to amend the following parameter to the following contest. So it's not changing contest. It's changing. It's like making reward. It's fine.
Okay, let's name it. Yeah, let's rename it. Just it's a separate proposal for Okay.
For reward of great contributors. That's all. Done. What else? What else do you have?
Okay, I have an announcement. I have posted this in the group chat. Tonus CLI, starting yesterday, has an option to skip waiting when you call a contracts function. So on average, it's productivity boost from 15 to 40%, depending on how heavily you work with the contract function calls.
But it was
goes instantly. Yeah.
It was like 3 months ago. This.
Oh really? I think it happened yesterday. I emerged yesterday.
I see it first time really. I know all configuration of Tonus CLI like deeply, and this is indeed new parameter.
Before it was one version of Tonus Clear that was required to wait for response of the destination wallet, and it was fail, and it was another key. They added another key that I had no. Let me check. It was something like this before.
Yeah, something like this, but not exactly like this. And it was for the pools, I believe, or something like this. It was very, very specialized for one type of contract. And now it's a general purpose option for any kind of contract, any kind of calls.
Ah, okay. So
you can just fire it, and you can fire 40, 50 calls at one comment, which I do, by the way. So it's really a huge time saver.
Cool. Thank you for announcement. Anything else?
I think we can wrap up and jump to the DeFi.
Yeah, actually, I have one like response for Ivan. Ivan asked that it doesn't matter where we have contests. It's more important which judges, which member of a jury we have. Yeah, it's correct. But other point that actually came to my mind right now. It's also important, and which it's important that jury members be like in the same sub-governance where contest is holding, because some organizational issues, and because, for example, like we see right now with the contest of the Chrome extensions wallet, there are a lot of questions for juries, for jury members, and because jury members are from different sub-governance, and contest was held in a main governance, it is difficult to like collect a jury, to ask them to come and to like to organize all feedback and to give answer for questions of the participants. Can you hear me?
Well, I think it's kind of a question of organizational part, like because like those who organized the contest, they just added juries without any kind of without any announcements. And if we think in BFTG kind of mindset, then we can say that we can launch contests in any sub-governance, and then any jury who want to judge this contest will apply themselves to be the juries if they have like hashtag with this competence.
No, this is a problem, right? Actually, that because, for example, imagine if one jury do not do his duty well, and he has a lot of questions from participants. If you have some invited jury from different sub-governance, you can't influence this jury member.
That if jury doesn't vote, and then there will be blame, or then the jury will be slashed. I mean, that stake of the jury will be slashed.
Yeah,
anyway,
it will be in the future. I'm talking about current situation. In current situation, if we have some jury who is not going well, and this jury is invited, we can't any like force. We can't any
now we
possibility
handle
to force.
this. For now, we handle these issues kind of socially.
Yeah, because of this,
we will not invite this jury anymore.
Because of this, we have organizational problems, and these organizational problems, they are obviously connected to organizational structure. So it's more easier that if jury inside one sub-governance, initial members of this sub-governance could quickly resolve the situation by exclude this jury from jury members. So
I understand this makes sense. Easy. So yeah, I'm not against having this contest in DevEx sub-governance. I just pointed out that the topic is more about like digital, but if kind of we have
topic is about the show, but from organizational point of view,
it's easier. It's easier.
Now the problem is fundamental, right? Right now, when you appoint jurors, you don't ask them if they want to actually
right
this contest, right? If they're satisfied with the pay, if they're satisfied with the conditions and with the terms and with the duration of the jury, and that's what all the problems I believe originate from, and it should be solved by having juries filling the positions on a mutually agreed terms. And actually, there is already a code for this in the aforementioned BFTG. Look up files called interestgroup.sol. That's a draft of the solution to appoint juries from the particular groups based on their qualifications with their agreement or with the agreement of their jury group.
Yes, MV version 2.0 will solve most of the issues, but right now we have what we have.
No, code is there. I'll send you a link.
Okay, great.
That's one point, and
All right, I will leave now to join DeFi and like inviting anyone to join me.
We have 5 minutes till the end, so if somebody have any other questions or topics to discuss, please.
And just Alexei, can you, when you make the announcements about the calls, it'd be better if you include the time, because I now see someone asking when is it, and someone else is answering him. It started an hour ago, so
Okay.
maybe it's best to include time.
Okay, my fault. Sorry.
The bot will actually work.
I will. Thank you.
Okay, great.
Anything else? Okay, counting down. 3, 2, 1, 0. Thanks, everybody. Okay, I got the link from.
Thanks.
I got the link from Boris.
yep, it's all the functionality needed for following a response protocol with juries which appoint themselves according to their qualifications on their positions in the contest, jury contest. So that's it.
Okay, let me check and I will be ready to tell you something. Okay?
Sure.
Okay, thank you guys. See you in the next week. Bye.